Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Okay.
All right. So worlds are moving, Beena. Worlds are moving. I was explaining
Mm-hmm.
something earlier. I haven't slept, by the way. I dozed
Wow.
maybe, I don't know, on and off when you came on. I got back only at 2:30
Mm-hmm.
from Sedona. So a long discussion with Olivia. So anyway, so I said,
Mm-hmm.
if I go sleep now, it's 3.5 hours till Sue comes, and Beena gonna be here soon. I thought of messaging you and saying, just I'll be up at 6. I said, no,
Oh.
I'll stay up rather. So anyway, so I said, all right, well, you know what? I'll just doze right here where I am. So it's actually, I made it quite a bit more comfortable than I normally was. I have to practice this next time. Show you, but then also multiple bonuses in this. I'll show you. Do this instead. Yeah, put the pillow.
Mm-hmm.
I do this, and I put my legs sideways because I like to sleep on my side, and I come up here like this, and there we go, right in there. I said, down in here. See, now Bina can see I'm still here, but if my mouth is open, I'm safe. It's very
I can't.
comfortable.
Okay.
You what? You can still see my mouth? I can't.
Mm, Uh, no. Nope.
Right. So perfect. See, perfect positioning, and I can. Okay, can do my one eye. See, you don't even know I'm looking. I can see. Oh, can I peek there? Can see. Oh, what's going on? See if somebody came on or not. So I'm dozing away quite happily. Ding dong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Donna. Wow. Oh, okay. Crawl out of my cave. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Emerge and rise into the galaxy. Wow. Okay. Donna, exciting. What'll be happening? So you heard what I said earlier. What did I say earlier? Do you remember when you came on? Could you hear me? I was laying out a very very profound mystery for you. Oh, sorry, toe.
You
My
said
toe.
that. Yes. You said something about that. Okay. Uh, what was the word? Huge is happening.
Yeah,
Most amazing.
yeah, yeah. But when I was talking, what did I say to you?
You said that. Okay. The world is changing.
Yeah, I said Donna just gave me a big gift.
Ah. Okay.
Oh yeah, oh Donna gave me a huge gift,
Okay.
very magical gift, a gift
Wow.
in this in the context of philosophy of opposites.
Mm.
Very sophisticated, nuanced gift. So what Donna gave me could only come about because of Donna's excruciating, and I use the word excruciating deliberately, not exquisite, but excruciating, impeccability, honesty, trust, and in this case, discipline and forbearance.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Donna could only give me this gift because there was no other possible alternative when she's facing and taking when she's dealing with her impeccability and her integrity and her attunement. No other choice, right, but to give me this gift. All right, so I'm deliberately setting it up as a bit of a mystery.
Yes.
This gift is that Donna wants to connect with Sam, and Sam is in a situation right now where he's not earning income, and he asked for some groceries. She doesn't have a job, but he's also not particularly looking much for a job. The
Mm-hmm.
circumstance is somewhat of an excuse for him to leverage dependency. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so and that excuse to leverage dependency, those are my words, not Donna's, right? But he's saying, he's not really making an effort, and this is problematic. And he still keeps trying to stay with Donna, and there's just no way this is going to happen. And he's not quite really grasping this just yet. So, what she wants to do is she asked me if she could give Sam my contact, my email address, phone, whatever, and if Sam could come and do Way of Impeccability, right? And this is Donna's gift to me and to you and also to Donna, right? But this is her gift to us.
Why?
Huh? Why what?
How?
Why is it a
Sorry,
gift?
how? Yeah, how
Oh, either
this
way,
is a
why or
gift?
how? All right. This is the magic of it. Because it is a gift of attunement. Donna said, well, first of all, she said, look, and whatever I need to do to compensate you, we need to talk about this and I'll do it, whatever it takes. Okay. So I said, first of all, throw that right out. All I want you to do for me is follow your passion. This is it. End of story. Just be impeccable, follow your passion. That's it. No, nothing else required. Okay. That's first step number one. Why is it a gift or how is it a gift? Because it is a gift for us of attunement. This is something that Donna does not and cannot and has not lightly asked. You know how Donna is. You know exactly how much this would take for Donna to ask.
Yes.
It will take her everything to ask this. Yes? In other
Yes.
words, the only way she can ask us is if there is no other possibility, alternative, or option. And Donna this is essentially somewhat of a last resort. Yes? And
Yes.
Donna doesn't see any other legitimate or viable choice. Now, for somebody like Donna, who is impeccable, would this not automatically mean that this is a choice in attunement? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
So, that is the gift. Donna is gifting us attunement.
Yes.
Now, it makes no difference how much I want or not want to do this. It makes no difference what my agenda is. When things are right like this in attunement and they come to us, it is always, always, always a capital G gift. When Donna asked me this,
Yes.
my first response was to thank Donna for the gift. Straight away,
Wow.
it just came out. That was it. I'm waking up
Wow.
half asleep. It's like, she just laid it on me. It's like, whoa, whoa, thank you for the gift. you know and I was really like enjoying the fact that the attunement just came automatically from me, and
Yeah.
Donna didn't even say, well, what the hell are you talking about, so like, can it be? She understood exactly what I meant. Yes, I did explain there was something,
Wow.
but nonetheless I explained more for purposes of elucidation and double checking and thorough and repeat back rather than needing to. So yes, when we get gifted with attunement like this, it is a profound thing. It is a profound thing. So now we look at this, and in the context of just my night and everything, philosophy of opposite was very much in play in most amazing ways. So obviously the Sam is fully a materialization of more philosophy of opposite. Were you on when we were talking to Donna about just corporate, and if we look at the current participants and we were to slot them into corporate, where they would slot in, upper management, middle management, workers, so on. Were you there?
No.
Oh, okay. So I just said to Donna, from a corporate point of view, if you were, CEO or HR or whatever, okay, where would you put Erica Jane? Let me ask you the same question. Or Sue,
I'm waiting for
or
Donna's.
Sure, or well, I want to ask you before I give you Donna's answer. It's a good test because the answers, not Erica, Donna and I came to exactly the same conclusions as to where we would assign these people. Now, and this is very much an assigning of people in terms of appropriateness. Yes, it might some seem hierarchical, but in corporate, well, hierarchy is part of the deal, and it's not for deliberate hierarchy. It's more for organizational efficiency if done properly. It's about appropriateness. Okay, so it is about when looking at the individuals in question in a very discerning way, in a very also ruthless but practical positive ruthlessness, and it's just about being
Yeah.
real. So, okay, the four people in question were Sue, Sherry, Erika Jane, and Sure. Okay. So where would you start with anyone and assign them to a role? You've got upper management, middle management, lower management, and worker.
Okay. What are the upper management and the second?
Upper, middle, lower,
Okay, upper, middle, lower. I don't know
and then a
about this
worker.
upper. Okay, upper, middle, lower. I'm not really aware of what you have this this classification or what is it is. But for
Well,
me,
just use your own
if
logic as to where you would think that would be most appropriate.
okay, for me, if we look at Erica, so she is the one who can represent way of impeccability anywhere. So it is for her. I feel that it is more about presentation, not presentation in itself. Okay, doing something, but represent way of impeccability. So, and for Sue, yes, she might, for me, lack in a bit representing way of impeccability, but she could be a really good uh, planner, business planner. So,
Mm.
for me,
Okay.
she's more
More it
into.
was about relating to them as it relates to their particular type of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Sue is today, shifting somewhat. But
Oh yes, she is.
so if you look at it from like, okay, upper management is executive, middle management or um, you know, um, yeah, middle management, and then lower management is like in the army. This would be your corporals and sergeants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then your workers are your troops. So it was more about their particular nature of their awareness, not about a particular type of a job. Just where relative to their awareness, where would you put them as appropriate?
So the first one is Erica, and the second one is Sue, and then the third one is Sure.
Right. And then Sherry is before, right?
Okay, Sherry is, I don't know even right now that she is even, okay, I'm really sorry to say, but I don't feel that she's
Correct.
even able to be in that.
Correct.
Um,
Correct.
if Ryan was doing, and still,
Yeah.
if he would do that, I can see him in some
Correct.
place.
Correct.
But for Sherry, because
Right.
yes, no matter how stuck Ryan is, but he has potential, and he always try to look abstract view and have abstract
Right.
view.
Yeah. But
Sherry is not there.
yeah. Right. But Sherry goes into the worker category now. Even as a worker, she's
Yeah,
somewhat dubious. Okay.
yeah.
Right. Now, so and that's exactly the way Sherry. I mean, Donna and I also put this right. So, and this is why I was focusing on shifting the nature of her awareness. She needs that
Mm-hmm.
feedback loop to be aware of what she's being aware of. She's not aware of what she's being aware of.
Okay.
It's a lot, but not
I
necessarily is aware.
Okay, we will discuss about share later because I feel that, and I have something to discuss and I really want to share with you. But
All
later
right.
on, first just finish that.
Okay. Okay. So I'll finish this point real quick. Sure, we can come back to this. It's not that important. So anyway, so in this kind of a ranking idea, Donna and I did the exact same. We slotted the people in. But where does Sam fit into this? Sam is clearly not even an employee, even though he's looking for a job. You know, he's kind of outside of the system. So when we look at this from as a gift now, I'm explaining still why it's a gift. If we look at it from way of impeccability, we are saying we are getting success in these range of characters. And she said, well, where would you put me in? And I said, well, you either the CEO or the board of directors, or I don't know, you just some special function
Oh,
of
she is.
something.
She is.
So you
Yes.
out of the usual classification. I said, well, where would you put Beena?
Oh, yes.
Beena don't fit anywhere either. B would be like on Star Trek. Have you seen any episodes of Star Trek?
Nope.
Ah, what a pity. Anyway,
And
you
in
know,
this situation, I don't want to even
wow,
because I want
it
you to
is
tell
fun
me.
because on Star Trek you've got the captain, and then you've got the his first officer, who essentially, the captain is like the captain, and then the first officer runs the ship pretty much. They do the operational things. They say you do this, and that. And then you've got the various jobs. You've got the steersman, and you got ranks. Okay, so your first officer is usually a commander, and it goes down in rank. All right. But then they have special roles like the ship's doctor and the ship's counselor, right? Now, the doctor carries an honorary rank of commander, right? Which means that, yes, if you're a lieutenant or whatever, you salute them, and they can technically give you an order, but they don't have like a battlefield command, right? They don't get onto the bridge when there's a thing. They're a duty officer, and a fight breaks out. They don't serve in this capacity, right? So their rank is a slightly different rank. Yes, they technically, the doctor can, or the counselor can, both of them can remove the captain from duty if they declare him, unfit for duty. So that's why they have to have this rank, because they are dealing with sensitive stuff, and like, medical and mental health. So, so it's a tricky situation to be, in terms of, not tricky, but there's certain protocols involved. They're in the system, but they're outside of the system, the doctor and the counselor. So I said, well, you'll be more like Counselor Troy on Enterprise. So anyway, you have to know this the Star Trek to understand this reference. She was the ship's counselor. But Troy also took her command exam, right? So that she is also a commander in the same way as the first officer is a commander. So that if she's on the officer of, she would actually then have to be part of the watch officer rotation. So she'd be on duty, she'd be sitting in the bridge saying, ooh, what's that? TV?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm wary of volcanoes now, so I thought, oh, maybe the case, but all right. The TV was erupting, not that. Okay. So anyway, so she actually took her command exam to be a full commander in the sense that any of the other commanders were. So if she was on duty and trouble happened, she could give orders and say, okay, fire the cannons, fire the lasers, whatever, do the stuff. Okay. So Troy was she was unusual in that she was both in the um, out of the command structure as a counselor, but also was an actual real commander. So this is a big deal. This is a whole big story about it. I said, all right, that may be where I see Beena, but other than that, I don't know. And then I told Beena about Donna. About a really deep story that I wrote. It's about the myths, personal myths, and it's all about where I end up being the ship's philosopher, and it changes the whole nature of things and everything. So and then in this story of mine, it's a long story, Beena, and you have to understand a bit of Star Trek for it to make more sense. I changed the whole structure and all that. Yeah. So anyway, so then I said, there's a ship's angel, and there's a ship's photographer, there's a ship's noob, and all sorts of different types of roles, which are, because we're from the future, and then it's a long story, but anyway, so we make these different roles. Yeah. So anyway, so we're just outside of the usual system, is my point, right?
Okay. To
So
be.
now I just wanted to say, sorry, the last part of this is the gift. Sam is, from a way of impeccability point of view, he is not our typical participant. Yes? In every possible way that you can think, he's not our typical participant. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So he is not only, not just in terms of where he's at, not our typical participant or our typical expected participant, right? He is also very much one that is coming to it not willingly. Yes.
Yes.
So first of all, we get, as a gift, we get to test wave impeccability on somebody outside of the system, right? That's huge, isn't it? Isn't that a huge gift for us?
Yes.
Right? And secondly, in terms of philosophy of opposite, when we connect to Sam, our essential task would be to manipulate Sam into wanting to be here. This is our mandate via Donna. Because if Sam is actually going to get real lasting value out of the program, he has to come into it willingly, right?
Mm. Mm.
Right?
Yes.
If he's just, yeah, whatever, I'm doing it to keep my mom happy and all this, then that's no good. So we have to get him to want to be here, right?
Okay.
And in order to do this, we're going to have to
Mhm.
do lots of encouragement, persuasion, but this, in essence, really comes down to the bottom line and manipulation, essentially. Because we need to ensure that he's this. We can first, of course, we'll try everything to say, what's going on, what you want to do, but we need this, and we need to have it as a power in there, because if he's really earnest about this and enthusiastic, comes into it willingly and does it with enthusiasm, this is going to ensure the desired result, right? So our mandate is to Donna. Again, somewhat unusual, not necessarily to Sam. Yes, of course, there's an impeccability to make sure that Sam gets the best possible result. But our client in this case is Donna. Donna is employing us to do way of impeccability for Sam or with him, right?
Okay.
The employer makes all the difference in terms of your mandate, right?
Mm.
So she wants results no matter how. So we need to ensure this. Of course, we want Sam to be a willing participant, of his own accord. But this is what we have to do. We have to get him to
Mm.
that space, right?
Mm. Okay.
And that's something. You see the gift. We have to, in
Yes.
other words, come at things from an opposite point.
Not only as only opposite point, but also we get a chance to practice appropriateness on its peak,
Exactly.
because it requires whole lot
Exactly.
of capital D diplomacy. It requires whole lot of appropriateness, but to maintain a balance is the key. So okay, we need to be impeccable first, and then appropriate, and we need to be honest and apply capital D diplomacy. It's a challenge too, because
Exactly.
will demand us to practice
Yeah, come
all
on.
these ideas, on the effects of these ideas actually,
Right.
because Donna is involved here. Not
Right.
only that Sam is a different and unusual case,
Mm-hmm.
but it belongs to Donna. So
Mm-hmm.
it needs a whole lot of different approach, and yes, manipulation also. Yes, you're right, because it is again being appropriate. Because when someone is drowning, you have to take measures, some drastic measures. You need to, and also when we have a mandate. Mm,
Right. And our mandate is,
oh,
just to restate the obvious.
so,
What?
so you can sleep now.
No, I'm listening to you. I can rest my eyes and listen
No,
to you.
but
I'll
no,
speak
I
when
know that.
appropriate. This is important stuff. If I sleep too early now, then I'm gonna wake up very early. So I
Okay,
have to hang in
okay,
here a little bit longer.
okay.
And
But just
my eyes might doze a little bit here and there, and it's quite fun to stay awake. But I listen, even though my
no,
eyes sleep.
but
So
no, it's not like that. I'm saying that if you're sleepy, you can sleep, and we
I know.
can talk later.
No, I want to talk to you now. I've missed talking to you for a long time. I'm starved of being my Beena fix, so it's very important. So this is very important, this whole deal. So our mandate is, to make sure that Sam gets, it's not just that he
Yes,
gets way of impeccability and connects to it, but essentially that there is a motivation in Sam, right?
yes,
He doesn't particularly
yes.
care. He's not particularly motivated.
And
His integrity is
and
missing.
he's alcoholic.
Drug addict, not alcoholic. or
Okay.
ex-drug addict.
He is and he was, or he was.
Well, the in terms of the Alcoholics Anonymous and Addicts Anonymous, they say they always say you are, even if you're not currently using or not. It doesn't matter. You're always an addict, and they
Okay.
emphasize this because they don't want people to say, "Oh, I was an addict," and then believe they can just use a little bit. No, if you're an addict, if you use a little, you're going to end up using a lot. That's what being an addict means, and it gets out of
Mm.
control. So yes, it's technically, in their language they say I am an addict, but I've been sober for so many days or months or years or whatever. So
Okay.
I don't know if Donna is sure or not, if he's not using or not. I don't know.
Okay. So we assume that he is. Okay. And
At least if we assume that he is, that it's not necessarily front and center and obvious.
no. But we assume that he is. It's not to say that, but yes, to have that awareness that yes, there is a thing, and also that he is kind of a person. What it feels like he's a bit manipulator, also.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he keeps leveraging this thing with the food. It is a
Mm.
way for him to leverage Donna to try and say, "Oh, I want to come and stay with you. Oh, I need food. Do you have some food for me?"
Mm.
There are food banks. You can go to food bank and stuff like this. So, but
Mm.
of course, I'm in dire straits. I need stuff. Blah blah. So. So
Mm.
yes. Oh, and in the past, the unfortunate part is that in the past, his manipulations had very much worked.
Okay.
And Donna says so herself. In the past, she used to give in to this stuff, and she was very manipulated by him. And he does work his dad. And he said this thing with the car. He said, "Oh, she said, oh, I'd like to get a car like this." And he said, "Oh, you just have to get on dad's good side." So
What?
he said to Donna, he says, "Oh, that's easy. You just have to get on dad's good side because he got us this car from his father, this fancy car, or relatively fancy car."
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay. So this it's a particular situation here, and but it's good because we will get a chance, and it's an opportunity, not a chance, but it's an opportunity. So we can practice this because not everyone who will do way of impeccability will be like Erica and Sue. People will
Right.
be like Rachel, and people will be like Sam also.
Potentially.
And
Right. Right.
so
Right.
okay,
So
that's
it,
good.
it, it is a very magical thing that we need to do. What a gift that we need to be focusing on leveraging motivation,
Mm.
right? And
Okay,
dealing with problematic psychologies. Yeah.
okay.
Mm. I don't truly foresee us dealing with lots of people like this, but if we
No,
can,
no, but
if
but
we
we,
can,
it can be a situation,
yes, yes, or it
or
can
or
be
or the people
on,
whom we
right,
are in connection with, they might be in communication or in contact
right,
with those
right,
people, and they
right,
have to deal.
right, right.
So we will get a
Yeah,
first-hand experience.
exactly. Other people might want to say, now, if we say,
Yeah.
you know what, yes, somebody they got their kid to do it, and okay, or even like they get into trouble with the law, and the judge, the parents says, look, I'm going to sign them up for this course, and the judge says, you do this or you go to jail. It can happen. They send them to the military sometimes. Right? So if there is
Mm.
a track record here of having success with someone like Sam, this is a big, 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 big recommendation for it. You know, 'cause there are
Mm.
lots of people. Ryan has a friend in some of their family that this boy got in trouble for child pornography, and he was
Oh.
going to talk to the mother to have the kid do this, to save his life. And I don't know what happened there. So I don't know what's happening with Ryan. He said, oh, he's going to try and come last week at the training, and then he would have to come. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just leave it. I've chased after him now quite a bit, but he's not really responding. So
Mm.
I don't know what his hold up is. I think he feels he needs to pay and he doesn't have the money to pay. So
Hmm.
it's too strange. Mm. So, Beena, furthermore, where you? You still here? Where'd you go?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
Yes, I'm
oh, you
here.
muted. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
I mute myself because the background might just disturb you. So I said, okay.
No, 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 no. It doesn't. It disturbs me when I don't hear the background because then I think you're dropping off.
Well, you say that, but I feel it. It's really, and
Nah,
sometimes it's
no, not for
embarrassing.
me. No, not for me. When Sue was talking, it was different. Now it's just the occasional bit of TV, but there was like that, like the blowing over the mic. It was a different. It was there was a lot of feedback, and it was just kind of weird. So I think it's her
Mm,
sound was feeding back into yours, so different things.
mm-hmm.
So this is a big deal. So um so I also messaged Justin's mom.
Oh yeah.
I've been meaning to do this for a long time.
Hmm. So you did that?
I did. Yeah,
Good.
let me screen share. Let me screen share. Too much fun. Just too much magical day stuff. What is today from the heavens point of view? I chose this because I feel worlds are moving and shifting and really profound. So what's going on today? But before you tell me on that,
Okay.
let me just share what Jenny said. Okay, Jenny, I said, boom, boom, boom. Here we go. So I said, hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. I just wanted to say thanks on behalf of the whole house for your generosity of the washer and the dryer. Hardly a day goes by where they don't get used. Right? So it's true.
Hmm.
And it gets used every day. She says, that's great. Very important with COVID. How is Justin? I sense he is manic. Probably not getting enough sleep. Anything you can do to cool him down would be appreciated. So I don't know what they mean by the manic, essentially, other than hyper energized. I don't really know. So, and then the interesting thing is when I came back last night. So now I think what's happened is I'm fairly sure I saw this coming. Um, Lily and Josh, right, were in that room where I used to be at first. You know which room I mean, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, oh, I have chocolate pudding. I have the good chocolate pudding, not homemade. I just realized and remembered I got 4 tubs of it in the fridge. 4 tubs. Four, 4 tubs. Anyway, so when I came back, I bought some ice cream also. And I can't,
Yeah.
the ice cream obviously I can't put in mine because it's a big tub that I bought, I buy those bulk tubs, so it lasts me a long time.
Mhm.
So I went to go and put it in the freezer upstairs, and that freezer is outside of the window of that room that I was in, right? Do you remember?
Mhm. Yes.
All right. So the light was on, and when I was in the toilet yesterday, I heard Justin coming and going and talking on the phone, and I was in some kind of a stress thing with somebody. So it isn't too uncommon. But he's staying there now, and I saw this coming. That he had a problem with Lily, and this is a long time now. I mean, 2-3 months back. Remember when I said to you, he gave Lily 50 days notice? Remember?
Yeah.
I need to put some music on here so that I'm not speaking in the isolated vacuum. So, by the way, if you're talking quietly like this, we want to make sure of not being overheard. First of all, you talk locally under
Mm-hmm.
your voice. Second of all, put on local
Mm-hmm.
sound
Okay.
because the local sound, it overrides you and scrambles it. So if you're listening through a doorway or whatever, you've got multiple sounds to compete with. See? Right?
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and also I can use the music to kind of gauge where I'm at. I can speak a little softer than the music. So anybody listening, the music is first and then my second. All right. So So I saw this coming. He found the problem with Lily that was just kind of BS problem, really. Oh, and she had to like somehow guess and anticipate some, his wishes and what he would have liked to have seen. It was unreasonable that he was asking her for to anticipate. But because of this, he kind of gave her 50 days notice to be out. Now, it was supposed to be end of May, right? But anyway, I'll explain more in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw that, and of course, if she goes, then Josh, who's with her, also goes. And then the son came to stay, then of course he'll go too. So it was a very easy way for Justin to clear out that back room, right? Because Lily's the key point there. They have it because Lily's a girl and everybody else is staying, different places. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
he found a problem and out she goes. It's just looking after number one type of a deal, a way to get things. But then he said the other day that they realized that they sort of missed their chance and they're trying to make up for it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is not going to work anyway. So he's moved them down to the land and they're living in the trailer down there as far as I can understand. I'm not sure. But
Wow.
I still get, I'm fairly sure Justin is now in that room, which makes total sense. I knew,
Mm-hmm.
he want that eventually at some point. And then also you get rid of, there's another one moving out. And so it's just at this point, it's just going to be in the near future, because Calvin was apparently paying to be here. He's paying 500 a month rent. So, and I saw Calvin is still here today because he's the one who came in after Justin to deal with the tap. So anyway, um,
Mm-hmm.
they, just that essentially, if they all go now, it'll be Justin, Bo, and Makengo up there, which is much more manageable for the whole thing. And Justin said, "Oh, he wants to get different people in," and I said, "Look, I'm a good screener of people, and we can even get a chance maybe to make up growing choirs, the screening thing for Justin, and give him a very good example. So it'll be a fun exercise for us to make up, and we can utilize, Donna and Cher and Erika Jane and everybody. This will be quite fun to do. So anyway, as a group project, it's a very cool thing exercise to do. It requires, it really leverages all of our discernment and all this. So anyway, so when I went to put the ice cream in the fridge that's outside of his window, in the outside fridge, because he's got a second outside fridge, I could
Mm-hmm.
kind of see through the window. The light was still on, and there was movement. And then I did hear some movement. And this was 2:30 in the morning, and I've been telling you, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's like never there. So this is, yes, it is, somebody's not sleeping right now. Furthermore, if one person is moving around like that in the house, in that small house, you're waking everybody up pretty much. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way not to do this now. Justin can be remarkably self-centered, incredibly so. Remember that one night when he was here and he had the shower and I told you and they all had to sit and wait for him?
Yeah.
You know, he's, oh, I'm being deliberately selfish. He justifies his complete and utter self-centeredness and inappropriateness and inconsideration in this way. So I can see him moving about at night, doing whatever the God knows he's doing. It's just incredible. So I'm wondering if this is because of an inherent chemical imbalance or if it's because of substance abuse. This I don't know. So anyway, so I said to the mom, let's see, where was I now? All right, so she said, okay, anything you can do to cool him down. It's very interesting. And today he was in like a bathing costume and like sort of a tank top thing. Looks like he's down on the beach in I don't know, the last century or something. Um, I said, oh, you look like you're gonna go play in the kiddies pool. So they said, oh, they trying to impress girls by gardening. Which girls they're trying to impress, I have no idea. And this is the two neighbors, but anyway, they're gardening up here. Apparently, I don't know who they are. I would assume Calvin, since Calvin came in, because the hose that is on the side of the house, when they broke the water and they had to come and do the piping here in the place, remember, um, they messed up the outside tap and the hose doesn't work, so they had to hook it to my tap here to use the hose. Heavens knows for what. for the gardening, I would assume. So
Mhm.
anyway, that's okay. So so I don't know. I just maybe he's with the water in his bathing costume to cool down. I don't know. It's very interesting. So so I said, yeah, I'll check. Yes, I suspect sleep is an issue as I hear movement in the night, and sleep cannot be full and thorough with that much movement. I am up at 3 a.m. lately because of time differences and Zoom sessions, so I'm a bit more tuned to sleep patterns than usual, and something is very much off in this regard. I keep mentioning to, this should be Justin. Sorry, I tried to correct that, but I didn't do it anyway. So Justin about him coming on Zoom and doing the wave impeccability problem. I try not to press too hard, as Justin doing it has to be something he comes to on his own. I can't press him, but he can be pressed from outside. I'm hoping if in some way your input can have influence here. Thanks. I'll see
Mhm.
what I can do. So this is good. So many ways.
Mhm.
First, you know, I'm making sure to just a strategic point, leverage my circumstance here, right?
Mhm.
So this is important. So, and secondly, just in terms of this, if Justin does start to do, it extends the timeline because he's unlikely to do it with the same kind of rigor that that others do it. He's going to be, more like, okay, miss 1 year, miss another week, and all this stuff. So,
Mhm.
so this is it's just a way for me to make sure that from an impeccability point of view, I'm making the effort to provide the value that I'm here, and this is why I'm here as far as I'm concerned. Well, first of all, I'm here for wave impeccability, whether it's for him or his whole team, it doesn't matter. But essentially, I see it as from an attunement point of view, I'm here for him. Potentially the mother also, but mainly I'm here for him.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
Him or the mother, I don't know. It's hard for me to say which. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So very, very interesting, right?
Yes.
Just what a day. And again, philosophy of opposites. So I just really don't know what the logic is here altogether. Justin's logic completely escapes me. It's astonishing. He's just, you know, a bit crazy if you ask me.
Mhm.
I mean, some of the stuff are completely and utterly crazy to me, what he says and does. It's
Mhm.
just like, what the hell, Just amazing. Just amazing. Oh, it's all interesting, Beena. And then, hmm, I'll tell you now. So, my friend Mark, right? The one who was
Mhm.
Camelius, right? That we had that
Mhm.
big, long, year-long conversation. Essentially, one long conversation for a year. We talk about everything under the sun, but we
Mhm.
used to, wake up, chat, go to sleep. That's it. So
Mhm.
anyway, I messaged him. We weren't in contact for a while. Um, then, a little bit of conversation here and there, kind of built it up. So he messages me out of the blue. I asked him the other day about this word, double entendre. Don and I were looking to see what it is. So anyway, so out of the blue, yeah, see, that was my last entry, and how are you, Mark? Assuming you're having a blast also. He doesn't respond to this. He says, if you ever do Netflix, I think you might like to try the Midnight Gospels. I don't watch much TV, but I do enjoy the show, and sometimes I imagine you and I watching this. This is amazing to me. This is amazing to me. I tried to get him more involved. I tried to get him on Zoom. I try mightily to interact more, but I really do enjoy interacting, and I mean, it comes from things at a very different angle. So I said, "Oh wow, I will make the effort to watch it as soon as possible. I love watching with someone like you, a rare treat. Cool. I don't know who you are or who you think you are, but I know who I think you are, and my idea of you laughs with me at this show." Isn't that a sweet thing to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've never seen him saying something like this. And sometimes I imagine you and I watching it. This is new. This is new in our interactions. He's been a bit standoffish and uh, you know, not standoffish, but kind of into his own stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
he's he's very interesting in terms of his lifestyle. So um, he's most decidedly an introvert, but
Mm-hmm.
also um, he he has an active social life. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of got different lovers at different times and stuff like this, and they come and they go. He's had a couple of lovers die on him. He's been in extended relationships, and he sort of nursed them. Ah, by the way, so Sue had to leave halfway through the reading of the story. So she come, oh, I'm still screaming, and she said, "Sorry, I had to leave Zoom. Can you send me a copy of that story so I can read it on my own? Thanks." I said, "Will do, yay." 1 sec, and she gives her Sue. You see her little Sue icon?
Oh yes.
It's very cool. You've seen it, yeah? Okay, so the
Yeah.
Sue thing, and I sent her the link. Thanks. By the way, the tomatoes and heavy whipping is absolutely fabulous. Having more for dinner. So. So I'm assuming Bill likes them too. So I'll ask her. I won't say it now. I'll save that for. I'll save that for.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, something different for guests also maybe. All right, so cool. I like this connectivity, and I'm very happy with where Sue's moving. I've been waiting for this, waiting for it to see this connectivity to the deeper philosophy. Right? It's a shift. It's a shift that's very much needed. It's a shift that's very much needed. Right, Beena?
Yes.
Mm, very interesting. Very interesting. So, let me message Donna. So she said this afternoon, so maybe I should just leave it a little bit. Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. The store story is a very cool story. I read you the story, I think, right? Or not? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Very, very unusual, very magical. I did read it to you.
Which one?
The horse story,
The
the white
horse. Oh
horse in the
yes. Oh
desert.
yes. Yes.
That heightened awareness, and that I think there's a lot more like that where that one I partially remember still, but I think there's probably other instances that I don't remember at all, and I need to remember. I need to. So very interesting. I copy the E. Okay, so what's been happening with you, Bina? You said you had something to tell me. All ears, Bina. Sorry, I had to get all the stuff out so I can clear space to hear you fully. So what's going on?
No, I haven't said that I have to share. I said okay, we will discuss about share later.
Oh,
How's that seem?
I thought you had something to share with me.
Yeah.
What were we going to discuss about show later?
No, we were discussing about it where she is right now. Uh, I feel that for sure she's still avoiding the intensity or and depth of awareness. Yes, an awful truth also.
BMNs? BMNs? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, she's still
I mean, if there's
kind
one
of.
person who can dang well get the abbreviation right, it's you. No, I'm just teasing you, but Donna gets it wrong. Sue gets it wrong half the time. It's like, come on, at least one person get the dang thing right. But she also mixes it up. So
Mhm. So what?
I'm just teasing you, but I'm saying,
Well,
just amuses me that everybody gets it all mixed up. So I don't know why.
why mixed up? Is it BMNs they mixed up?
no, you said, well, now you're saying BMN, but first you said something else. I don't know what you said. But
Ah,
yeah, I think you
I,
said
I,
BMM. I think you said.
no, no.
Oh, maybe I just misheard then.
Oh, yes.
Olivia made the little clouds and the birds, and let's listen like spring and talk like June. And in the previous post, she said, let's act like summer and walk like rain. I like that. Let's walk like rain. That's a good idea. Hmm. Anyway, you were saying about sure.
I feel that she's avoiding. She's deliberately, not, even if not deliberately, but she's kind of avoiding the
Sorry.
awareness to completely sink in,
Hmm.
because
About.
she just to sink in that awareness, because she always just kind of like, okay, got it, this is okay, yes. Maybe she is avoiding that. She's not giving time to sink in that, though she is writing beautifully, but for her personal life, because this is what she's struggling, where she's struggling at. And there she needs time. She needs to get slow down and get into depth. I feel that this is all my perspective again. I feel that she is like opening door, and but not completely. She's on guard against awareness.
That's an interesting point, Pina. It's a very interesting point. And I agree that I'm sure thinks a lot, but is not necessarily aware, right?
Yeah.
And this is the differentiation in the management.
Yes.
That's why Sher's, sorry to say, but not even middle management at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. And look at when she talks to CJ. You know, she just completely loses any sort of perspective. I mean, if I was CJ, I'd be quite miserable, in the way she talks to him. I mean, she kind of treats him like, you know, like he's sort of a nothing. Like, kids don't have any rights or sensibilities, and then and I don't think she quite realizes this. Well, I know she doesn't. It's quite a complex issue and a problem, unfortunately. Um,
The problem is she
no
is
respect.
she is looking at herself, her childhood self, in CJ.
Yeah.
That's why she no matter how much she loves him, but still she's kind of a bit hard, a bit harsh with him, because she is still not at peace, absolutely not at peace, or with completeness, with totality, with herself.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, and this issue of publishing and putting the story out, yes, she's read it to some close to her and all this. Um, I don't think
Still,
she's fully at peace with it just yet.
still, I feel that after putting that story, and after sharing her story with everyone, and publishing that, and being in that inner circle, and what was the accountability lab group?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Inner Circle was the group. Accountability was the Zoom, the sort of program thing. At least he started the program. Correct, correct, correct.
yeah, being there, she's some kind of it can happen with anyone, but so
What do you
is
see in
she.
his eyes while we're talking about her? Yeah. What do you see in her eyes?
Ambition again.
What else? Yes.
I don't want to.
I see hurt still. Lingering hurt. Not regular hurt, not present tense hurt, but lingering hurt. Still lingering, still hanging around from past.
Also, there's something more than that. Yes.
Guilt. No, I don't see shame. I see maybe some guilt, yes.
No, it's not guilt.
An awareness that isn't quite comfortable. An awareness of I'm less than who I think I am. But I don't really want to acknowledge it and acknowledge it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to get sure to, yes, on the one hand, ease into this, and I have succeeded. And on the other hand, I am also looking to raise this awareness and leverage it into a more, so that this isn't a problem when sure does get to be aware. Very interesting. This, just the post I'm looking at here, this app lets you track influences in your life to facilitate self-awareness. Oh, it's just a journaling thing, you link it and you say, when did I get also. It's just a fancy way to journal, really. Right? From what I'm seeing. So, Beena, tomorrow we have the workshop, right? So, this is important that, to be here from 10 o'clock onward.
10 o'clock onward.
Is it 10 or 8? Oh, dear, 8 o'clock maybe. What did I say? No, 10. It's after Erica Jane. That's right.
Okay.
So K is next week, not this week.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't now. No, it didn't delete K. Sure is Monday at 10. Monday at 10. And she's moved to Thursday at 12. Oh. All right. People like this Brene Brown. She's popular. You reading this post?
Yep.
What are you doing, Beena? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Ah.
But I don't read that. I know that you are sharing, but I don't read your messages.
I share so that you can. I share so that you can.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I said no.
Well,
I don't.
why not? I like to share. I love sharing. So Beena, when I'm an us, everything that is mine becomes shareable. That's what happens when you're an us. And it's part of people understand that when they're couples, that what you say to one, you say to the other. So this is just part of it. Okay, I don't know if we're a couple, but I don't know. I just feel that at this level of intimacy, it's just part of what goes with it. So and these are all public posts. This is a post in the group for Christ's sake, So
Mhm.
it's no problem to see. No, I'm sharing so that you can see what I'm looking at on purpose. So I like sharing with you, Beena. I love it. All right, so I'll read this. Wow, this is incredible. This is what Kimberly says. Brene Brown studies human connections. She found that humans fall into two groups: those that believe they are worthy of connection and those that don't. People that believe they're worthy, those people have the courage to be imperfect, compassion to be kind to themselves first and then to others. They had connection as a result of authenticity. They fully embraced vulnerability. They believed that what made them vulnerable made them beautiful. Which group are you? So I'll read this. I'll heart this one because there's just clicked. But all right, so yeah, let's watch this. I want you to see what Brene Brown says and who she is. Right, hold on, let me put off my music. Where's my play it? There we go. Okay. Oh, mm. Come on, Ted, don't mess me about. Oh, hmm. Something kind of went a little tweaky in, I think. There we go. Right. What's going on with this video? Come on. Hmm. Well, it's kind of weird. You see, it doesn't want to play. Hmm. Let's try the other player. The other button to play up down here instead of that one. Sometimes it's right at the end, you see. So let's see if we start it to the front. Yeah, there we go. That's weird. See, doing things over and over again and expecting a different result. I did it 3 times, did the same thing, different result.
So I'll start with this. A couple of years ago, an event
Oh,
was
you can read.
because I was going to do a speaking event, and she called and she said, "I'm really struggling with how to write about you on the little flyer." And I thought, "Well, what's the struggle?" And she said, "Well, I saw you speak, and I'm going to call you a researcher, I think, but I'm afraid if I call you a researcher, no one will come because they'll think you're boring and irrelevant."
Mm.
And I was like, "Okay." And she said, but the thing I liked about your talk is, you're a storyteller. So I think what I'll do is just call you a storyteller." And of course, the academic, insecure part of me was like, "You're going to call me a what?" And she said, "I'm going to call you a storyteller." And I was like, oh, "Why not Magic Pixie?" I was like, I don't, let me think about this for a second. And so I tried to call deep on my courage. And I thought, I am a storyteller. I'm a qualitative researcher. I collect stories. That's what I do. And maybe stories are just data with a soul, and maybe I'm just a storyteller. So I said, "You know what? Why don't you just say I'm a researcher storyteller?" And she went, "There's no such thing." So I'm a researcher storyteller. And I'm going to talk to you today. We're talking about expanding perception. And so I want to talk to you and tell some stories about a piece of my research that fundamentally expanded my perception.
I'm listening. I'm just going to go get some chocolate.
And this is where my story starts. When I was a young researcher, doctoral student, my first year, I had a research professor who said to us, here's the thing. If you cannot measure it, it does not exist. And I thought he was just sweet talking me. I was like, really? And he's like, absolutely. So you have to understand that I have a bachelor's in social work, a master's in social work, and I was getting my PhD in social work. So my entire academic career was surrounded by people who kind of believed in the life's messy, love it, you know, and I'm more the life's messy, clean it up, organize it, and put it into a bento box. And so to think that I had found my way, to found a career that takes me, you know, really one of the big sayings in social work is lean into the discomfort of the work. And I'm like, you know, knock discomfort upside the head and move it over and get all A's. That was my mantra. So I was very excited about this. And so I thought, you know what, this is the career for me because I am interested in some messy topics, but I want to be able to make them not messy. I want to understand them. I want to hack into these things that I know are important and lay the code out for everyone to see. So where I started was with connection, because by the time you're a social worker for 10 years, what you realize is that connection is why we're here. It's what gives purpose and meaning to our lives. This is what it's all about. It doesn't matter whether you talk to people who work in social justice and mental health and abuse and neglect. What we know is that connection, the ability to feel connected, is neurobiologically, that's how we're wired. It's why we're here. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start with connection. Well, you know that situation where you get an evaluation from your boss and she tells you 37 things that you do really awesome and one thing that you can't, you know, an opportunity for growth. And all you can think about is that opportunity for growth, right? Well, apparently this is the way my work went as well, because when you ask people about love, they tell you about heartbreak. When you ask people about belonging, they'll tell you the most excruciating experiences of being excluded. And when you ask people about connection, the stories they told me were about disconnection. So very quickly, really about 6 weeks into this research, I ran into this unnamed thing that absolutely unraveled connection in a way that I didn't understand or had never seen.
Can I pause for a second?
I need to figure out what this is.
Pause for a second.
And shame is really easily understood as the fear of disconnection.
Interesting. So what do you think so far? Impressions.
It's good.
And what do you
That's
think
good.
about what she said there when you know, you ask people, they tell you, you know, stories of it. I don't think you do that. I know I don't do that. We don't fall into that category. Right? Yes?
Yes. You don't fall into that category.
Nope. Now this is a TED Talk, yeah?
Yeah.
So, you know, for these TED Talks that there's a profound, you know, she's not just speaking casually and extemporaneously, you know, they rehearse these things. It's
Oh,
structured.
yes.
It's very
Because
slick
the
in their
laughter,
presentations.
everything is designed.
Well, you know, they make the jokes. You know, they're not putting in the laugh track themselves. People are for real laughing at this, but you know, yeah, it's all designed, right? It's very crafted, very sculpted, very structured. So, I don't know why people get so excited about the. I don't know. So, yeah, you're saying interesting stuff. You're pretty slick in your presentations, but well, you know, shame is really understood as the fear of disconnection. I don't think that's. In some aspects, it's probably true. They fear they might be disconnected. But where's conscience in this? Shame is about conscience, isn't it?
Mhm.
It
Ah,
she's making a point that will help her later point, right?
oh, oh,
But
okay.
she's establishing right here. And shame
Just take
is
it.
really easily understood as the fear of disconnection. No, there's people who feel very connected and feel profound intense shame because they feel they did something wrong. Come on, man. But watch how this sets up what comes later. And this is, to me, is dangerous kind of a logic. It all sounds very reasonable, but watch.
Is there something about me that if other people know it or see it, that I won't be worthy of connection? Things I can tell you about it, it's universal.
Unbelievable.
We all have it. The only people who don't experience shame have no capacity for human empathy or connection.
Oh, rubbish.
No one wants to talk about it, and the less you talk about it, the more
rubbish.
you have it.
Oh, come on.
What underpinned this shame, this I'm not good enough, which we all know that feeling. I'm not blank enough. I'm not thin enough.
And again, you see that? And we all know that feeling. It is said so casually.
Understand or had never seen. And so I pulled back out of the research and thought, I need to figure out what this is.
Yeah.
This purpose and meaning to our lives. This is what it's all about. It doesn't matter whether you talk to you're a storyteller.
Sorry, come on. You know, remember about
see, and we're here. And that situation, an opportunity for growth.
Sorry, I won't try and skip back. You can't move it very easily.
Growth, so. Right? Well, apparently this is the way my work went as well. Because when you ask people about love, they tell you about heartbreak.
Nonsense.
When you ask people about belonging, they'll tell you the most excruciating experiences.
I mean, yeah, some, but not all.
And when you ask people about connection, the stories they told me were about disconnection. So very quickly, really about 6 weeks into this research, I ran into this unnamed thing that absolutely unraveled connection in a way that I didn't understand or had never seen. And so I pulled back out of the research and thought, I need to figure out what this is. And it turned out to be shame. And shame is really easily understood as the fear of disconnection. Is there something about me that if other people know it or see it, that I won't be worthy of connection? The things I can tell you about it, it's universal. We all have it. The only people who don't experience shame have no capacity for human empathy or connection. No one wants to talk about it unless you talk about it.
Come on, girl.
Okay.
Underpinned this shame, this I'm not good enough.
Yeah, right.
First, yes, it's a part of it that we feel shame about anything. It is more concerned with people around us. Okay, people will do that.
Right. It's hierarchy, approval mindset.
Yeah, but it is just a part of it. Shame is something more than that. Also, that awareness that yes, we did something wrong. Okay, it doesn't mean that it is right or wrong. Just that awareness, that acknowledging, oh, I did something wrong. I have done something wrong. So okay. So first thing is that, and also that why it was not it was wrong according to certain rules and regulations of society and norms and all these things. So we feel that, oh, it is not a normal thing. Our action was not a normal behavior or action. So we feel that, oh, people will know that. Yes, disconnection is a part of it. The fear of disconnection is a part of it. But sometimes shame is more than that. Even if nobody knows about that, still people feel that. Oh, nobody knows that, but I feel embarrassed or I feel shame of that act.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's a private thing.
Yeah. Not in totality. Saying that.
Right. Her discernment and her nuance of expression is off. Right. If she had said, again, it's about absolute, stating things as absolutes.
Yeah.
Now, fine, she did say it is most easily understood as fear of disconnection. But there's a subtle implication that this is usually the case what shame is, right? Most easily understood. So, in other words, you might as well just say another way, that it is typically that. But no, it is not that. If she had said, if we look at shame as a fear of disconnection, it opens up doors to understanding. All right, no problems. You're not saying how much of it is. You're just using this as a lens of perspective. Further, she said, in those for whom shame is a fear of disconnection, then blah, blah, blah. but she doesn't. She just takes it to be a definitive, and it's so certainly not, This anybody who's had a private shame knows she's talking rubbish. But not talking rubbish, but misstating things in a very subtle way. It's dangerous too, because she is cueing stuff. Oh, it must be this. She is propagating social convention, right? Inadvertently, not even necessarily meaning to do so deliberately. It is just that you see, really, at bottom, a shallowness of mindset, right? Right?
Yes.
Not the detailed thinking here, not layered discernment. And she's world famous, this Brene Brown. I've actually seen this video before. It gets posted every so often for whatever reason it's popular. I don't know why. But I will go in a second. A banana and chocolate pudding.
Okay. So your shopping was good?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I gotta go now.
All right.
In order for connection to happen, we have to allow
Quarter past 2. Okay.
Good. I'll see you later or not?
And so I thought
I'll try to.
No, go sleep rather, and be sure to be here tomorrow after Erica. That from Erica's 8 o'clock, and then the workshop is at 10. And it's important for us to, obviously, well, I'll be here, but it's important for you to be at least at the start of it. If you drop off for how we're doing it, okay, no worries,
I'll try to be there, of course.
Hang on, say that again.
I will try to be there for at least for the workshop full time.
Yeah, because you also need to know this workshop and need to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be there. And
you have a printer?
No.
You can't access a printer for tomorrow? Or today, or early tomorrow morning, that we can print the stuff out? No, not at all?
No.
No, okay. All right, never mind.
Okay. So, Sue will be here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's okay. Sue will be here and we discuss with Sue. Because the workshop, it needs to be, I know that it's free now. It is something, they are not paying for that, but they are already, I assume, it was part of that workshop.
They didn't do the workshop.
Okay.
We just did pertinence and relevance. We never got to it.
Okay.
So they have no idea what's coming.
Okay. So, but I just want them to have that feeling of having full attention and time and energy.
Absolutely. Very important. Yeah. So I recapped with Sue. I just checked my perception. I said, for me, and this is all about the end tomorrow.
Yes.
With the intent of getting Deanne to do wave impeccability. Yes, absolutely, yes. Said Sue.
So that's why I was just recalling that, yes, we discussed with Sue how we will do that. And okay, now.
Right. And it was the addition with the intent of getting Deanne to do wave impeccability. Absolutely, said Sue.
Oh, yes.
Sue said, she's understanding. To her, getting Deanne to do the workshop independently of us. She's not just agreeing with me. It's her idea is to get, maybe it wasn't the original thought of it, but certainly she's fully into this idea of getting Deanne to do the.
My intent was that I was thinking of them as being paid client now, so that's why I was keen to make sure that okay, they will get full time, they will get attention and everything. And also, I was keen to be focused on my intent also. So that's why I was just making sure that okay, what we are going to do. So for
Right.
me, it is something.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, that is. But the workshop is structured. It is specifically structured to get people to do way of impeccability.
Right.
Yeah. So quick other little point. Sue brought up. She said, "Oh, so is Erica Jane gonna do the Mourners Project?" And I said, yes, most likely. But I said, at this point, I can't even bring it up with Erica Jane because, having freedom is what's important to her, so stress in her job, etc. So I discussed that, what we discussed in terms of the strategy. And I said, that she has to come to us. She has to feel free to do it. And I said, you see the way she does the tasks. I said, likely, module 8, session 4 is going to take Erica Jane a month to do, you know. So Sue went and nodded and said, yeah. So I said, and then, after that, she has to come to us to do the Mourners Project. Yeah, so Sue agreed, she nodded in understanding that, okay, she gets it. So I said, that's it. You just make space for Erica Jane to happily do what Erica Jane does, and, she'll come when she comes. That's it. Right?
Okay.
Which
I'll go.
is really stuffed to the gills, Beena. Stuffed to the gills.
What?
My little fridge is stuffed to the gills.
You can see because of your yesterday shopping.
Yeah. But the whole van is still full of stuff. I have to unpack it
Yeah.
and bring it in and put it away and all that. So I don't want to
Okay.
do it today. I'll do it some other time. It's not, all the stuff that's in the fridges. Yeah. So
Okay. I have to go, but okay. Just housekeeping. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I look forward to
That's
seeing
okay.
you. If I don't see you, I'll see you in the morning. So I'll be here early, of course. So.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I'll probably wake up a little earlier again. So.
The thing about this management and all these things, this so
Yeah.
with me, you
With
have to.
management. Sorry.
Yeah. We were discussing about Erica and Sue and share that how they fell into that category, in which category and all that. Okay.
Yeah. But that's a very, it's a perception that I don't share very often. I don't think about it.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
But
It is important though.
that's, uh, so that is important, of course. But I want to say something to make, of course, it is obvious, but need to make it more obvious. So
I'm listening.
for me, this way of compatibility is just something that is part of my life, and I can
Yes.
say that it is my life.
I was
But it
gonna
doesn't,
say, but I was like, wait.
but it doesn't
I
mean,
actually need to cough there. It was very perfect timing.
but it doesn't mean that okay, I have to be here all the time.
Belief
No,
and faith and
it
mystery.
doesn't mean that. You don't need to think about, oh, where is Beena? And okay, you don't need to think about it. Yeah, we will do what will be appropriate, and you have to make all the appropriate decision about that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to. If anyone, including Beena, doesn't fit, yep. Yes, I like that.
It's huge. It takes twice what my other mug took. Can you believe it?
Good, good. Yes, I
What
can.
good? I don't want so much liquid. It's too much. It's too big.
It's
all the
good,
mugs with these huge things.
but I like that.
So this is well, if you take it all the way to the very top, it would be an 8 teaspoon mug, right? And if I take it to where that lid fits, then it will be a 7 teaspoon mug. But still, it's too much. I need a 3 teaspoon mug. The one I have now is a 4 teaspoon mug. It's also actually too big. I used to have a nice little slim 3 teaspoon mug.
But
I don't need to
so,
drink so
so
much
you
at a
have
time.
it was your choice. You had to choose that.
Yeah, well, I bought it because it's the only choices that I had at the time. So So I got like this Vuli June. She says that's how she says her name, Vuli June, Vuli Jane, Vuli Jane. She said backwards. She's different. She put the little daisies on her head. You know, you do it with Facebook. So.
Yeah. Okay.
She's very
So
earnest. You watch some of her videos or not?
no. No.
Beena.
I was trying to. So okay. So you listen what I was saying.
No, I didn't say. Say again.
Wow.
Sorry. Hold on. I did listen, but I forgot what you were saying.
Oh.
Oh, that way of impeccability is Beena is way of impeccability. I heard that part, but then he said something else after that that I didn't quite get.
Okay. So I said that yes, it is my life, but it doesn't mean that even if I don't belong to, if I'm not appropriate for this, I need to be here. Nope, no need to.
Oh,
It doesn't
wow.
mean that. Yeah.
That is as any spirit warrior would say, but I can't imagine you not being appropriate for this Beena. It's just no, not possible. Not possible.
See, I want you to think like that.
I do. Always. We've got to be impeccable.
Yeah.
We can't think in any other way. We have to think
Yes,
that way.
and
Yes.
if
Thank you,
I
Beena.
don't,
Thank you for that.
yeah.
I appreciate
So,
that.
and it will not change anything.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree. Nope.
It will not
Don't change anything. Nope.
Yes.
Not between us. No. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Not between us?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. It's will not
Look,
change.
you have 189 new members this week. So we're getting up to 200. So we should make
No,
200.
distracting again and again. Come on. I'm sharing something serious here.
I know. But
Yeah.
it's too much. I'm tired, Beena, so I'm
No.
struggling to keep that attention. I'm sorry, So,
No.
but yeah, this is an important post. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrupt your earnest share. Yeah. So yeah,
So,
I mean, let me get back to the seriousness. Yeah, it's just
yes.
overwhelming for me what you say, Beena. Sorry. So
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
out that it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
It touches
So,
my heart. It is a huge deal. And I feel likewise, Beena, with everything. It's always about appropriateness. How can it not be? So,
yeah.
so I don't know. Maybe if you get a chance, message Donna, and just maybe say something like, okay, so shared about Sam. Very exciting. I don't know, whatever you want to say about it, but just touch
Okay.
base with Donna about Sam. I don't know.
Okay.
Just be good. Just because this was stressful for Donna, to ask. She asked really soberly. It was beautiful the way she asked. Very potent, very clear, very direct. And then when I shared about it being a gift, she was on mute for a long time. So I think this was very emotional for her. So just complete opposite reaction to what she expected. So again, I mentioned this in the context of your comment about appropriateness. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what prompted your comment about appropriateness. May I ask? I'm a little curious. I'm not sure why you say that, even if it's not appropriate for you to be here. I don't know. What makes you think that it would be? In what conditions do you feel?
No, I'm not saying that. Okay, something happened to. No, nothing happened. But I feel
No,
that.
not that something happened, but what you imagine might happen.
No, even I didn't think about what might happen. But I feel that because of the nature of our friendship, our connection, it could be that because you could say that, or you feel that some sort of burden or pressure. No, nothing like that. Nothing should be like that in that way. Yes.
No, exactly. Because if you're doing things for artificial reasons, then what does that say about your impeccability?
So,
Right?
so it needs, yes, of course, it needs to be really clear that whatever we will make decision about, it will be impeccable, and it will be honest. Be honest.
So again, you're a little faint. You see, so I also lose what you're saying a little bit. To say
I'm
something, I
saying,
just said.
I'm saying that whatever decisions you will make, it will be based on honesty, impeccability,
Yes.
honestness. Nothing but that.
Always, Beena. Always.
Because this is something also my need that I really I make sure it is like sometimes I go Beyond that, I just make sure that whatever I am getting, I pay more than that. I
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
It is for myself. It is
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
And I never, ever can be anywhere where I feel that I'm just there for not any obvious reason.
Yeah.
So you need to at least be aware of, and I can trust on you for that you will not do anything just for the sake of our friendship and relationship. Nope.
Say the last part again. Sake of.
That you will not make any decision based just for the sake of our friendship and our
Oh.
relationship,
Oh yes. Oh absolutely. Beena.
because it will spoil everything for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm pleased to bring this up, Beena. This is a very important point. Our motives need to be impeccable always.
Mm.
Our motives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only our actions, but our motives also. This
Yes.
is essential. So yes, how can I possibly do anything for crappy motivation? Not possible.
Yes. Not
Not
crappy.
possible.
Not crappy. Of course, not crappy.
Oh, okay. Or untoward, or motivations that are okay. They're good in one context, but
Yes.
you know, they're not overallly good. So yeah. We have to be very careful of that. And we can't. To me, it's not even something that's a tricky line. It's very clear. You do what's right for the intent for the program. Look at here now with Sam. It's a good example, right? Uh, we have to do things differently with Sam. you
Yes.
know so and we have an obligation to the client, which changes
Yes.
it. And the client in this case is Donna, not Sam, right?
Mm.
So we're doing things differently. We are looking to get the result out of Sam, whether he likes it or not, wants it or not.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So different logic, different logic. It really is something, isn't it?
Yes.
Very big deal. Very big deal. Very big deal. Very exciting. So I love this. I love this, Beena. Yes. So I want to ask you something too. It's kind of just being around, and this is in terms of, I don't know where did this now. I'm trying to think of how this came about or where the context is, but anyway, just in connectivity in terms of me and interaction with the group and group members, and what you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about intent and motivations.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel, if ever too, in the same token as you are saying now, you are saying that you want to make sure that your involvement in the group is always legitimate, in essence, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
always for valid reasons, not for personal
Yes.
reasons. Absolutely.
Yes.
Bina, if I ever, for whatever weird reason, felt that somehow it's not appropriate for you to be involved, then that would change nothing about our personal relationship, but somehow it would change the group. Now I can't imagine that the two would be separate because, gosh, come on, my life is this, right? Right?
I
So
don't get
so
it. What it means by my life.
impeccability is my life. It's your life
Yes.
too. How how
Yes.
how how can the two diverge? They're one and the same, right?
Hmm.
That's it. They're one and the same. So I don't know. I can't see how this is. But here's the point, though. It's about intent, right? Isn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
All right.
Yes.
So and motivation, even more specifically, also. So
Hmm.
when we look at this in terms of anyone in the group, um, particularly now facilitators, to
Hmm.
say, what do we do if somebody has an intent that is misaligned with the group?
Hmm.
Then what? And same thing applies. Sorry, if you have an intent that doesn't align with the intent of the group, then all right. Let's say somebody gets an intent. They want to get personal followers. I don't know, for whatever reason. You see my point?
Mm-hmm.
Or it can be they want to make their own following or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
see, this can't be good. So or they get caught up in ego and they just like it that people are praising them and saying they're wonderful and oh gosh, you just the be all and end all and all of this nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
right? So again, I sincerely hope if you ever see me falling into that category, I can't imagine it, but you would say, hey, so what's that ego, boy? Get it together, boy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
You'll point out to me. I don't know. This thing of it just something with hero worship came up somewhere along the line and it connected to me like, oh, I don't know, that this is a
Mm-hmm.
motivation of mine, and I'm saying like, what? No, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, but sometimes we have to, and we need to be really clear and make the obvious for ourselves and for others also.
why?
So okay, I keep myself a bit limited in the group.
Mm.
I keep myself
You're talking about on Zoom or in the
in
Facebook?
group, and
Facebook.
in group, yes, and Facebook and everything every day. I
Mm.
keep myself a bit limited. Okay,
Why?
because
But all right,
yeah,
glad to hear
I do
why.
that.
Let's hope.
Yeah, because I am all the time I'm here, and sometimes I do just deliberately pull myself back and give you and other participants a personal time too. But I don't want to be all the time here. Of course, I'm here all the time,
Mm.
but I am actually. You can say that it's a deliberate intention to not be in the spotlight all the time. Really,
Mm. Oh,
I don't
welcome.
want to be. I don't want to be, and
Oh,
because okay, we are as a team, we are doing really good,
oh,
and okay, I feel that my communication with you and we have the understanding how we are doing, and okay, I'm doing my part as far as I can, I to leverage each other. And this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to do. I don't want to be really visible in the group right now. I don't feel that. I don't need to because you are doing your stuff and other people are also doing that. Me, I'm just observing people and okay, sharing my perspective and also try whatever is appropriate I'm doing. I feel that sometimes you to just keep your ego at at distance, you need to limit yourself.
mm.
And this is what I'm doing.
I do. You must be careful of too much distancing, Beena. Like Sue
Okay.
asked. Oh, she asked specifically where's Beena. They do like you and expect you to be here and listen to you. Look at Erica Jane. Have you noticed how many times Erica Jane says? She doesn't say, "Oh, something Saul said," or something. Talking to me, something you said. She says regularly stuff sticks with her. Oh, something Beena said stayed with me. So it's important, Beena, that as a team, that you're not too out of it. Yes, I understand the main focus is on me, and that's fair enough, and I see all the reasons for that. But don't be too out of it
Yes.
because you bring a language and a conceptuality and that resonates, that sticks. People hear what you say. So also, yes, when you do interact, pay attention to how you are communicating to say things in such a way that they are stickable. You know what I mean?
Mm.
People listen to what you say, Bina. They listen
Yes,
very
I know.
closely.
And it is because, again, it's not something to praise yourself, but this is the confidence you showed on me. This is the trust you gave to me. So I feel that. Okay. Yeah. Olivia's few sentences stuck in my mind that
Oh,
okay about the hero worship, sorry, not hero worship, and I
oh,
was like,
oh. In what way? Sorry, I'm missing some context here.
she mentioned that for you,
Oh, interesting.
that hero worship, and she was mentioning that in our context, and what I was like, okay, she was getting that. I was not aware of it, but that's why I sometimes I just tease you, and sometimes I said, okay, no, still I'm not getting this, And sometimes I just say that. And it is not just to prove anything, but yes, we do what is appropriate and what is right for according to us in our perspective. But I don't hide it. Okay, I can share it later, but I do discuss with in front of everyone. Okay, so I'm not getting this. Say it again. Okay, what
Oh,
about this and what about
oh,
that?
it's so important. It's so important. It
So
is so
uh,
important.
sometimes it is like, okay, so it happens that someone throws something. Now you have to deal with that. You are bound to deal with that. You cannot just say, okay, someone throws a ketchup on you again. Oh, now it's your part. You have to deal with that. Either you can wash it, either you can throw your shirt off, or either you can, okay, just leave it on and just flaunt it. Okay, someone did to me, be a victim. There are a whole lot of possibilities, but you have to deal with it. If something has happened, you have to deal with it. So that hero worship, the words, she used that, and she said that okay, it's in your heredity.
It's in my heredity. Right.
Yeah, she said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know, I know, I know.
But
Because it's,
okay, and we cannot do anything about this because the way things happen on surface for other people, it might seem like, oh, okay, she's so fond of him. She's always praising him. She's doing this. She's doing that. And blah, blah, blah. Okay, for them it could
yeah,
be. I don't
yeah.
much care about that, but we need to be appropriate.
Oh, I agree, I agree, I agree.
Yeah.
And also, it's yes, okay. If you have a bit of it, this is all right. People can deal with that. But, it's not inappropriate. It's not, it's me liking it. That's an issue. Mhm. That's a more dangerous point to be cautious of. You see my point?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't worry too much about it. And again,
I'm
I
not
also
worried
don't want.
about this
No, me
anymore.
neither. Me neither. I just be appropriate. You just be impeccable, and you have nothing to worry about. It's as simple as that. Furthermore,
Mm-hmm.
I also don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be cautious about favoritism. I have favorites. End of story. Yes, obviously I'm very even. But if somebody says about I have favorites, they might not know who my favorites are, but I'll say that's it. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
real. I'm not like those parents who say I don't have a favorite kid. I do. Sorry, I'm just real. So
Yes,
I
and
try as
also,
much as I can, but everybody's different. So I'm sorry, but Bean is my favorite. That's it. And Don is my
mm,
second favorite, I
and
guess. So all right, that's it.
okay, and
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 it's very obvious to
as
anybody who's watching. I would say, well, then Erica Janie's. And okay, if you can't handle that, if you also don't see Beena and Donna as your favorites, and Erica Jane to a little extent, and well, I guess Sue's now really coming to be a favorite also. Um, you know, then I've just known them longer. That's all. You know, my favorites are typically who I've known a long time now. Again, relative difference and absolute difference over time. The differences, because it's like when you 10 years old and your brother's 5 years old, or reverse, is twice as old as you. But when you know when he's only 5 years older than you, when you're 100 and he's 105, he's only 5% older than you, not 100%. You see. So so it over time, the differences get smaller and smaller. But yeah, it just is what it is. So, and I've just spent more time with you too. So it's also an amount of time now. All right, I spent a lot of time with people, and I don't always get fond of them the way you do. They don't grow into my heart, and so that's just okay. This is the universe. Stuff happens. I don't want to get into a situation, oh, everybody's got to be equal and all this. No, there's equality.
no,
Just
it is
chill,
not.
and I appreciate that you might like Beena more than me. Cool. I like Beena more than me. Cool. Right?
Okay,
It is what it
so
is. We don't have to like things evenly. Just chill about this, people. Don't let it stress you. You know,
no,
if I like some more than you, okay, so be it. You like others more than me, so be it. It's not an issue. I don't have to like you as much as I like everybody else. So, this is the way I have to get used to. I don't have to be liked evenly by everybody too. If I have this point, then, this is no good. Of course, some are going to like you more than me, They're gonna like Donna more, whoever more. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's what it
it
is,
is. It is what it is.
about
But
appropriateness. Yeah.
me, Donna, and I'm including you.
Mm-hmm.
Though you have a different situation, a different place, but it's still, I'm including you. We three are. We can say that it is something like, okay, we are in a different place, okay, and we are not part of that that management and all these things, but yes, we are also part of it in a different
Correct.
way.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's what I said. Like Councillor Troy, she
yeah,
took the exam to actually be part of the regular system.
yeah.
So yes, we have to be
That's
both.
what, yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes. So Donna
and
said,
and
she, by the way, just in that point, about what, so to be part of the system or not, it makes me think of Donna saying, I'll do whatever to compensate you for this, thing and I was so tempted to say, look, just connect up with Dave Timmons and let's get this thing into corporate and let's take this. But
thank you,
I didn't.
thank you,
I said to her, no, you must
because
just,
this
I
is
said,
something.
all I want is for you to be passionate. And she is passionate about wave impeccability. Follow your passions, I said. Follow them with impeccability and with attunement and appropriateness. What more can I ask, Beena?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, in a case like this, I mean, seriously, what am I supposed to say to Donna? That
That's
is,
why I said that thank you. You didn't ask for even Dave Timmons,
oh,
because this is something
I can't.
Donna wants. If she wants to do that, she will do that.
Of
In
course. And she
this
does want to do
particular,
it. She's reached out to him, but it's too soon.
yeah,
We have too much work to
yeah.
do. She
Oh
needs
yes,
to be more fluent on the whole thing.
yeah. But right now, for, for this is something really important for us because Donna asked. It's not about anyone else. It's about
Oh,
Donna.
this
It
is my
is,
priority right now.
yes.
Absolutely. Oh,
So
absolutely. Oh,
we
absolutely.
will. Okay, of course, I will try my best to
Mm.
do as much as I can.
In what regard?
That's
Oh, you mean with Sam?
with
Oh,
Sam.
oh, of course. I mean, how can we not do our best with everybody? It's just
And
not possible.
and for Donna, like,
Yeah.
okay, what she's expecting and from us, I think we will do our best, and I'm hopeful and I'm quite positive about
Mm.
this. So no stress at all, and thank you. You didn't say anything because for
Can't. It's
Donna,
not possible. It's not
yes.
possible. I'm just saying. The thought crossed my mind. There's no way I
Okay,
could
thank
say
you.
it. No way I could say it. No way.
Okay, okay. So gotta go now. We really need to run now.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Maybe see you
right?
later. If not, see you in the morning.
Okay.
Sleep well, sleep peacefully, and sleep joyfully, and sleep soberly. Dream soberly. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All my dreams are so good.
God. Dream ridiculously then, in that case.
Okay. I will try. Okay.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye, gorgeous Peter. Bye bye. Mm. Oh. Mm. Oh, 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 oh. Mm, mm. Religion, religion. Mm, mm, mm. Fun, fun. Oh, meeting.